Hello students of class 10, welcome to our geography period today, and today is the 24th of August. So today we will discuss about the geographical explanation regarding the both two maps of India and Brazil. Okay, we had an activity in the previous sessions regarding India and Brazil. We studied about the physiography and the drainage system in short, looking at the map. Today let us try to understand the geographical explanation, and we start with India's geographical explanation today. Figure 3.1 shows the physiography of India. The country is divided into 5 major physiographic divisions. I told you that it is divided into 6 major physiographic divisions. The only problem is, or the only thing is that here it is mentioned as the Himalayas, whereas I said it is the northern Himalayas and the eastern Himalayas. Okay, so it's one and the same. So they are the Himalayas, the North Indian plains, the peninsula, coastal plains, and island groups. Right, so starting with the Himalayas. The Himalayas is one of the young fold mountains in the world. The Himalayas extend from Pamir Nod in Tajikistan to the east. It is a major mountain system of the Asian continent. In India, it extends from Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. So we know the extension of the Himalayas in India. It extends from Jammu and Kashmir till the east of Arunachal Pradesh, that is to the east of our country. The Himalayas is not a single mountain range. There are many parallel ranges in the system. The southernmost is known as Sivaliks. It is also the youngest range. Next to Sivaliks are Lesser Himalayas, Greater Himalayas, which are also known as Himadri, and Trans-Himalayan ranges from south to north. These ranges are young to old respectively. Trans-Himalayan ranges means Himalayas, we know that they extend in China, that is in Tibet also. So they they share the borders. The Himalayan ranges share the borders of Tibet and India, and therefore they are called as the Trans-Himalayan ranges. So they extend from south to north. These ranges are young to old respectively. These mountain ranges are also divided into Western Himalayas or or Kashmir Himalayas. That means the Western Himalayas are called as Kashmir Himalayas. The Central Himalayas are known as the Kumaon Himalayas, and Eastern Himalayas are called as Assam Himalayas. So I remember, children, of giving you a map, which shows about the location of the Himalayas in India and their respective names, right? So please go through that map again to understand the location and the names of the Himalayas in India. Now the next, North Indian Plains. This division lies between Himalaya mountains in the north and the peninsula in the south. Similarly, it extends from Rajasthan and Punjab in the west to Assam in the east. It is mostly a flat, low-lying area, and therefore it is called as a plain, right? So, the North Indian plains are divided into two parts. The part lying to the east of the Aravallis is the basin of the river Ganga and is therefore known as the Ganga Plains. It slopes eastward. Now let me show you on the map the location of the North Indian plains. These are the North Indian plains that you can see in the green belt, right? They extend from Rajasthan. They extend in Punjab also, and then they flow towards the eastern part. Okay, then they also say that it is a flat low-lying area. Yes, that therefore it is called as a plain. The North Indian plains are divided into two parts. The part lying to the east of Aravallis is the basin of the river Ganga. So this is the Aravalli range. This is the Aravalli range. To the east of it, we see a dense network of rivers. Right? We can see that these networks that we see in blue lines, they are vertically running. So they originate in the Vindhyan range, that is in Madhya Pradesh, right? And then they flow towards the north. When they flow towards the north, they join the main river Ganga, and therefore they are the tributaries. They play the role of tributaries, and they contribute their plenty water to the river Ganga, right? So to the east is called as the Ganga Basin Plain. Okay, the Ganga plains, these are the Ganga plains that you can see. Fine. And is therefore known as the Ganga plains. It slopes eastward, means the northern plains slope towards the eastern direction. They slope towards the eastern direction. Now why do we understand, or why do they say that these slopes, they or this the northern plains slope towards the eastern direction? Because there are so many rivers that flow through this belt, okay, through the northern belt. Which are they? There are many, you can see them on the map. Okay, so there are few rivers that originate from Jammu and Kashmir, and there are many rivers that originate from Uttarakhand. So when they flow towards the eastern direction. They flow in the eastern direction. So now when they flow, they erode the soil, right? They keep on eroding the soil, and this is how these have become plains. These have become plains. Also, because of the depositional work of the river, we know that the river flows, and along with its flow, along with its journey, it brings a lot of deposits, a lot of soil, right? So the river keeps on depositing its soil on the banks or through the regions wherever it flows, right? And because of that also, the plains have been formed. Okay, now most of the West Bengal state of India and Bangladesh together constitute the delta of Ganga.